this or not, or what was kind of the thinking there to get Colin in there?
Thought, I didn't think we needed a pinch runner to bunt. And Danny's a good base runner, the older guy, experienced. He knows how to run the bases, being in our program for 3 years. After the first bunt attempt, it didn't look too good. And, Colby's a good hitter. And Colby had to face the tough lefty all day, and here he finally gets to face a righty. Just felt like, we got to change it up. And so the combination of we're going to take off the bunt there and put Lyman out there. And we put Lyman out there last night to run. And I don't think he ran. We talked about that, where, I give guys the green light or not, and we have confirmation, green light, red light signs. And so I just made it very clear that, he had the green light there to run. And the stolen base was huge, but fortunately he ran on the chopper, because, if he doesn't run on the chopper, I don't know if he gets forced out at second or not. But it just showed his faith, trust in himself. I keep telling our guys, we push our chips in the middle of the table. Trust yourself. My devotion this morning was 1 Kings chapter 18. I'm not going to tell you the story, but it's a really cool story about Elijah and his faith in Yahweh. And I kept thinking all day, as Christians, the kind of faith you have in God. As a coach, you got to have that faith in your players. You got to believe in them and trust them. So I kept thinking about that all day. And so even when the game was tough and it was close, I just, these are my guys. I love these guys. They're fun to coach. So, I keep telling them, if it's good enough, it's great. If it's not good enough, then we go down fighting. So it was a fun game. It was fun to see them fight.
I like Devin getting a bat on the ball as well there. Is that back?
Devin's back, as we talked last night, and I made reference to how many RBIs he had. And I think Sean said it on the post-game show. How many sack flies, like 7 or 8. You feel like he's going to move the ball. Now that's the Devin that we had, for 2/3 of the season. And again, just trust your players. And their kid made an unbelievable catch. What a great catch. If he's camped under it, then maybe he can make the decision, to let it bounce. But I don't know if he knows the ball's. He's got to go for that catch. And unbelievable catch. And unfortunately for them, it hurt them. But there's no guarantee if the ball hits the ground. You don't know what Devin could get a hit on the next pitch. So you just don't know. It was a great game, and we were fortunate to come out with a 1-run win.
Do you coach? He hasn't given up a lot of leads, and it wasn't a safe situation in the 8th. But how do you think he handled himself after giving up that that two-run RBI single?
He showed it, because it's 1st and 3rd with, and they do have a great lineup. So, that next kid up, could clearly put the game away. With one swing right there, it's 1st and 3rd, and I think he might have gone to a 3-2 count. So now the guy's in motion off first, and it just, it showed his toughness and his, he's a birdie. And the world of birdies is you live and die at the end of the game, and you got to have thick skin. You're not going to shut the door every time, and you're going to give up runs, it's inevitable, and you got to be fearless. And I think he showed that, getting that kid out, and then, how he pitched the 9th was impressive.
You got your 1-0 game win. It's got to be a great feeling to be in the position that you guys are now.
Yeah. It's great for our fans. The 4 o'clock game tomorrow afternoon, they can go to church or do what they do on Sunday mornings and make plans to be here tomorrow afternoon. Our kids, as I always say, you can't get too high. You still got to run out there and play. You got to play good baseball, and you're playing a team tomorrow coming off of a win, with momentum. And it's one game, and we got to come out like we've come out, and try to get off to a good start, play fast, and do what we do.
Rosenbaum said it. He's had an up and down career. What has his journey been like?
He seems like he's always battling, to play. He had to compete with Wasserman, senior, 6'6", big first baseman, had a good senior year. Last year we had kind of an extra infielder or two, and so Grant Kay slid over there, and then you have the superstar freshman Brendan McKay come in and give you the at bats, and but you got to give Danny a lot of credit because he might not start every day, but I mean he's right there. I mean he's in the mix, and he's the face of our team. We talk about depth. I think we started 3 different guys in the lineup today. I don't know many regional teams going from one game to the next, turning over that many. If anything, you watch the regionals, it's like the same lineup. Most teams are just running out the same lineup. And we had 3 different guys start today. Again, credit to kids, just the talent, and they believe in one another. And it allows us, in case somebody's struggling or but like I said, it's been our strength all year. I said at the first press conference, our depth is going to be one of our strengths, and I think it showed today.
You talked about being dangerous. That Lyman series where he was aggressive every time. I mean that's a case study for it, isn't it?
Well, that's what he does. I mean, we work on base stealing an awful lot, and that's like Danny said, that's part of his game, and he's had a tough year, and hasn't played as much as he would like, but we get him in as much as we can, and those guys know if I pinch run you, if I give you the green light, I mean it's. I thought Solak had a great jump on his, and he got thrown out, but it was a pitch out, and the kid threw it right on the pad. Great throw. So it's just fun. You just want the kids to play free and play loose, and trust their ability.
You're not thinking ahead, I know this, but if there was a Monday game, could McKay pitch a few innings? Would he physically be okay to pitch?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think college kids at this point, they'll all say hands are on deck. I mean, but I'm not gonna think about that, or just see.
It's been a long layoff for Josh. You obviously got the sim game in at Duke. Have you liked what you've seen from him this week leading into this start?
Yeah, the sim game Sunday was almost too good, like sickening good. Like, oh gosh, like we didn't get to throw him in the ACC tournament. But as I said last night, that was important for our pitching staff. I mean, with the 3-week stretch that we had at the end of the ACC slate, we had to push them back. And I think somebody said, going into that conference tournament, we weren't playing for our lives. I mean, we wanted to win it, but we knew this was the more important series and weekend. And so, I think that decision we made is paying off. It's showing in our pitching staff. So, Josh is fresh, and he's throwing great. And he pitched on Sunday last year. So he's comfortable in this role.
One more question for Coach.
Coach, could you talk about Eric Backley, the head coach for Michigan? He's kind of a strategist like yourself. A couple times you can see you guys moving the chess pieces out there. Just talk about what it's like to go head-to-head against a guy like that.
Yeah, he's an extremely hard worker. He and his staff grind it out. They get after it. You see how hard his kids play. I've known Eric for 15 plus years, and we were on the road recruiting against each other for many years, and just a lot of respect for him. It's you know how hard he works and how much those kids fight and play, and it doesn't shock us at all the success that they're having. So we kind of knew it was going to be a battle today.
Thanks, guys.